The next thing, when you log into the course, there is at the top portion of pct110 an area to put in an access code for roster, for attendance pin. The code will be up here every time you guys get here for class. And I'll try to blow it up to where you can see it a little bit bigger there. So go ahead and enter that in if you would.
Is it case sensitive?
No. All right, everybody get that? Okay, so when you first come to class, that's the first thing you'll do is enter in your PIN for that session. Navigation of the course. When you come in on the left side, there's a task area, and in that task area is milestones. In the milestones has all of the due dates for the course already there, from the About Me and getting started this week all the way to your final presentation at the end of the semester. Due dates will not change unless I mess something up in there, which I've been known to do before, so don't throw any surprises. And so you get what you see, basically. That's it. And so also the next tab we'll go over is the calendar one here. If you click on the calendar tab, the calendar tab will show you, maybe for some of you might like that view better, because when you click on the calendar tab, you can actually see the due dates as well. You'll notice as you scroll through the months, everything's due for the most part on Sunday night at midnight of that following week that we're in, current week that we're in. And I know most of you work full-time or part-time, and so it's always worked good for the courses I teach anyway, for that schedule, for that assignment schedule anyway, Sunday night at midnight. If you click on the Lessons tab, there is a Course Documents area in the Lessons tab, which goes over a number of documents. One is the About Me, or the About pct110, Research Final Presentation, subscribing to the course podcast. The step-by-step we will not go over tonight for YouTube. That's for your final later on in the semester, a resource. Syllabus, I'm going to have you read that on your own. Inserting YouTube video, that's for later this semester as well. Links, that's just links to other network resources. PowerPoints are all the PowerPoints for the chapters. And then the PowerPoint template is for the final presentation as well, which we'll go over later this semester. That's a makeup of the course documents. The next navigation is if you go into Lesson 1, which is Lessons Week 1, the Week 1 folder. If you click on the Week 1 folder, it should have there the podcasts I sent everybody already that I had posted for the intro to the course. And then the two assignments, the Getting Started and the Week 1 About Me. And again, that's by clicking on Lessons, Week 1, you'll see what I have on the overhead show up. Okay? And everything's broken down by week, and I tried to have the Monday date of that week in parentheses beside it. The Getting Started, we'll go over in just a second, and the About Me is, we'll switch to the computer here in a second. The Getting Started checklist, make sure you purchase your text. The bookstore should have those already, and they still do have some if you have not yet purchased. This first week is just getting everybody acclimated to the course, conference, the look and feel of the course, how I do things, what I expect, and that's it for Week 1. You'll post and respond to the About Me in Week 1. Read syllabus for Week 1, Chapter 1 before now and next week, and subscribe to the course podcast. Now, I believe I told you in the course podcast that iTunes U is no longer required. Did I tell you that in the podcast? Okay. If I didn't, I'm telling you that now. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Not to say I don't recommend it highly, because I do. It's just I'm doing things a little different. The week one About Me's, most of you have already done this, or some of you have done this. Only thing I want to make note of this on the About Me is whenever you post a about yourself and somebody replies, you'll see a plus to the left of your name. And when you expand that plus, you'll be able to see all the replies from that original post. If you don't see a plus to the left of your name, nobody cares. No, just kidding. All right? And so basically, just get that done by Sunday as well. And that's kind of get to know each other, especially since we only meet once a week. It's good to get to know each other. There are ways to get to know each other as well. That's in here. Okay, I kind of jumped ahead here to week 2 just to show you what most normal weeks look like. I left the podcast in here from last semester on purpose, and I'll override them as we go. Because some of you like to work ahead, I know. Again, these podcasts are in here from last semester. Dates will be different, or whatever due dates. I might mention dates. Just disregard that. But I'm going to leave them in there anyway until I override it with the next week. That's okay. These chapter whatever usually have PowerPoints in them. This icon here means it's a quiz. Anything that has a disk on it means it's an actual Dropbox type of folder where you submit something to that folder. That's what's actually due, something that's due. So, quiz, Dropbox. Quiz and Dropbox are the two type you need to kind of watch for inside of a lesson. But to save confusion, I always tell students just to use that calendar module because it's pretty, it's right there. All the due dates are already there for you. Here's just a global overview of that lessons area. And I'm going to switch gears now because my iPad's getting ready to die. I've used it too much today. And switch gears